This presentation provides an overview of the AWS Cloud Platform including the interfaces, software development kits and services available. Previous videos provided cloud computing definitions, benefits, service models and deployment models. In preparation for this presentation, you should have already read the AWS Overview document provided in the Week 2 content area. The topics for this presentation include the history of cloud computing at AWS, interfaces to AWS such as the Management Console, command line interface and software development kits, and a high-level overview of the services available at AWS. AWS is continuously updating their services to reflect the needs of their users. A summary of the key findings in this presentation is also provided. Finally, the supporting references for this presentation are included at the end of this presentation. Although originally referred to as IT Infrastructure's Web Services, AWS has been offering cloud computing services to businesses since 2006. Today, AWS services are used by hundreds of thousands of businesses in hundreds of countries across the world. Although the focus of this course will be using AWS services, other cloud providers exist, offering similar services and options. The AWS cloud infrastructure is comprised of regions and availability zones, AZs. A region is physical location in the world that includes multiple availability zones. Each availability zone consists of one or more data centers. Each data center provides redundant, scalable and highly available servers. AWS operates over 40 availability zones, operating in almost 20 geographical regions across the world. Availability zones are physically separated, ensuring, with proper design, data redundancy and fault tolerance. AWS services can be accessed through the Management Console, software development kits, and the command line interface. The Management Console includes a web interface allowing an authenticated user, with the proper privileges, to use the available AWS services. A mobile app, with similar features is also available. The command line interface is a tool that can be downloaded from AWS and installed on your desktop. Using simple command line scripts, service calls can be made using the command line interface. For example, a short command line script can be developed to quickly add a user or group to the AWS Identify and Access Management service. Finally, a number of software development kits, providing a programmatic interface to AWS are available. Examples of programming languages supported include Java, PHP, C#, .NET, Python, and others. AWS provides a significant number of services. In this course, we will only have time to experiment with a few. However, it is recommended to continue to experiment with cloud computing services, available at AWS, and other cloud providers, well beyond the end of the course. Compute is set of AWS services providing compute resources in the cloud. The AWS Overview PDF document lists the services currently available. Some of the more popular computer services are on this slide and include Elastic Cloud Compute, Elastic Beanstalk, AWS Batch, and AWS Lambda. EC2 instances provide secure, resizable compute capacity in the cloud. EC2 can be used to spin up a server to satisfy a compute functionality requirement. The Elastic Beanstalk service simplifies the process of deploying and scaling web applications and services developed with popular languages such as Java, .NET, Node.js, Python, and others. These applications and services are deployed in the cloud to web and application servers such as Apache and Internet Information Services. AWS Batch allows for cloud consumers to launch up to large numbers of batch computing jobs. Batch jobs are routine, frequently occurring processes that need to be run in a computing environment. One example of a batch job is a script that runs at 4 a.m. every day to retrieve a file from another server and load that data into a database. AWS Lambda is a service that is gaining in popularity as a user can run code in the cloud without having to provision and pay for a server to run it on. There are fees associated with each execution of the code, but significant cost savings may be realized since a dedicated compute platform is not required. In terms of storage, AWS provides multiple options including Simple Storage Service, Elastic Block Storage, Elastic File System, Amazon Glacier, and others. Each storage option provides different access speeds, features, and costs. Simple Storage Service provides object storage, using a web service interface, supporting retrieval from any device connected to the web. Object storage refers to data users usually want to store including files of any type, images, videos, application support files and other data. With S3, data can be stored and transferred safely using encryption and SSL protocols. Elastic Block Storage provides persistent block storage. EBS is associated with an EC2 instance. When a user creates an EC2 instance, the Elastic Block Storage is often created at that time. Data encryption is available in EBS. In addition, users can select between solid-state and hard disk drives, based on application performance needs. Elastic File System allows the storage capacity to grow and shrink automatically meeting business demands. If larger or more files are created or sent to the EC2 instance, more storage is created. With an Elastic File System, multiple EC2 instances can share the resource providing for shared data, workloads and application development. Amazon Glacier is the most cost-efficient method for storing data. However, it is also the slowest storage method. Because of this design feature, it is best for backup and archival processes, where the data is not needed for immediate retrieval. Databases are an essential component of any modern information technology or cloud computing infrastructure. AWS provides both traditional, relational database services as well as NoSQL database services. All databases at AWS are fully managed. A user does not have to be concerned with database updates and the underlying infrastructure. They only need to be concerned with their applications that use the AWS databases. Amazon Aurora is an open-source, relational database. Users who are comfortable with MySQL and PostgreSQL databases should consider Aurora. Amazon Roads is service for operating one of multiple databases in the cloud. Databases currently supported by RDS include Aurora, MySQL, PostgreSQL, MariaDB, Oracle, and Microsoft SQL Server. Amazon DynamoDB is a NoSQL database, providing a flexible data model. We will have the opportunity to use the DynamoDB database this semester. This, in combination with a JSON file as input, supports a fast and efficient process for loading large amounts of data into the database on the cloud. The networking and content delivery services include multiple network-related services such as Virtual Private Cloud, CloudFront, Route 53, Elastic Load Balancing and more. With VPC, a user can provision a logically isolated section of the AWS cloud and then launch specific resources in a defined virtual network. A significant amount of flexibility and control is available using a VPC. For example, web servers can be created in a public-facing subnet with access to the Internet, with databases and application servers placed in a private-facing subnet. CloudFront is a content delivery network service designed to accelerate delivery of website assets such as video content and programming interfaces. Route 53 is a cloud DNS web service. This service helps simply the mapping of a specific IP address to human-readable names. For example, the umec.edu human-readable name is a translation from a series of IP addresses uniquely identifying network servers and resources. Finally, Elastic Load Balancing is a service which distributes incoming traffic to multiple EC2 instances, based on the current incoming network flow. This way, if one server is getting a significant amount of network traffic, the traffic can be diverted to other instances to avoid bottlenecks and improve performance. AWS management tools include a number of cloud services supporting management, security and other convenience utilities. Specific tools in this category include CloudWatch, CloudTrail, Config, and Trusted Advisor. CloudWatch is a service that allows users to monitor and automatically react to changes. For example, CloudWatch can be used to monitor resource utilization, application performance, and operational health while triggering alerts when the health or performance falls below a specific threshold. CloudTrail is a service supporting the recording of all AWS application programming interface calls and update and, as needed, the delivery of log files. For example, it might be useful to log and alert a cloud administrator anytime a user accesses the AWS billing or account modules, or when a root user logs into the system. Ideally, the AWS root account should be locked down and not used, but monitoring through the CloudTrail provides immediate notification of possible issues. Config supports notifications and enables security and governance. This tool provides a listing of all AWS inventory items, compliance with business rules, and configuration changes as a function of time. Finally, the Trusted Advisor service helps a user reduce cost, increase performance, and improve security by optimizing and tweaking configurations and parameters in an AWS environment. Different levels of service exist based on the support plan. However, the functionality available include checks for open ports, use of multi-factor authentication on the root account, and performance and cost optimization. Several critical services are available in the security, identity, and compliance category and include Identity and Access Management, IAM, Certificate Manager, Key Management Service, and Web Application Firewall, and more. The Identity and Access Management Service is used by most AWS consumers on a regular basis. IAM controls access to AWS services and resources for users. In this service, you can define users, roles, groups, and manage passwords and permissions. IAM also provides federated user management, where existing identities within an enterprise can be granted AWS access, without the need to create an IAM user account. The Certificate Manager service allows a user to provision, manage, and deploy secure sockets layer and transport layer security certificates for use with AWS services. Certificates can be generated and deployed. In addition, AWS will manage the renewal of the certificates for you. Key Management Service is a service to create and control the encryption keys. The Key Management Service is integrated and complements the CloudTrail service by providing key usage logs assisting with meeting the compliance requirements of a business. The Web Application Firewall is a service that protects web applications from common exploits such as SQL injection and cross-site scripting. A number of additional and comprehensive services are available through AWS in categories including artificial intelligence, developer tools, mobile, migration, application, messaging, business productivity, desktop and app streaming, the Internet of Things, and game development. The AWS Overview document provides more details along with specific services available for each category. For example, in the migration category, AWS has developed services for database migration and secure transport of vast amounts of data using Snowball. Artificial intelligence services allow users to generate predictions based on data trends from applications and other services. Messaging is another popular service supporting text messaging and email services to customers for notifications and alerts based on business needs. Finally, the Internet of Things is a cloud platform allowing connected devices to interact with cloud applications and other devices. According to Gartner, nearly 21 billion things will be connected by 2020. AWS cloud computing services are used by hundreds of thousands of businesses across the world. The AWS cloud infrastructure is comprised of regions and availability zones, AZs. Each region may contain multiple availability zones. AWS services can be accessed through the Management Console, software development kits, and the command line interface. AWS provides a significant number of services with categories including compute, storage, database, networking and content delivery, management tools, security, identity and compliance, analytics, and others. Each of these categories provide a series of useful services making it possible for businesses to move to the cloud. The references used are included on this page.